Erin Moriarty, and she's 29 years old, and she's a beautiful actress. But she's decided to completely change her face. This is a picture of her before, which I think was relatively recent, within the past year or so. Very beautiful girl, so beautiful that she was becoming a very famous Hollywood actress, put on camera and on screen and on multiple shows and movies. Now look at her. Look at that. She's got the Kim Kardashian lips. She's made her nose so skinny, it looks like a pencil now. She's got like what appear to me to be cheek implants. Not to pick on this Moriarty gal, but this, like, more and more young women are doing this, Michael. It's not about an objection to plastic surgery. It's about an obsession with turning yourself into this fake version of yourself.
So that is Megyn Kelly. If we are extending more goodwill than she has ever earned in her life, wanting to make a point about how celebrities changing their appearance harms young girls. But in trying to make that point, she wanted to sacrifice Erin Moriarty on the altar of her own moral superiority. And I want to be clear about this. That segment went on for 11 minutes.
Good God.
And throughout, they were just pillorying. And obviously, this is Michael Knowles, a guy who utterly despises women. So they're just taking opportunities to take shots at her and all of that. Now, as a result of that, Erin Moriarty has announced that she's not going to be using Instagram anymore because, oh, what do you know? A bunch of the people that like Megyn Kelly and like Michael Knowles began harassing her.
Of course.
And she's a young, attractive actress, so she was already getting harassed a ton. That just goes with the fact that you're a public figure because we live in a broken society. But it was far heightened as a result of that segment. So before she decided to leave, she did put up a post attacking Megyn Kelly for what she did. She points out, by the way, that before photo that Megyn Kelly says is, I think it's like a year ago or whatever. I don't know. I'm not gonna check. I'm gonna judge her based on it, but I'm not actually gonna check. That was from almost 10 years ago when she was 19. When you're 19 or when you're 29, that's a lot of life that you've gone through. But when you pretend that it was 6 months ago, then maybe you make a better point, I don't know. But she says, I specifically thought that as I emerged from this period of time for the after photo, so stressed that I've barely been able to eat and sleep, I thought, okay, I'm gonna emerge this 10 pounds thinner, and the verbal abuse and accusations will be flying, usually either drug use or flippant eat a burger comments. But instead she said that she had been going through some of the most challenging weeks of her life. She said that for that after photo, I got my makeup done that day and it involves major contouring. And I remember leaving and feeling pretty. And even that day was an immensely stressful day for me. I came running to those girls and showed up in tears after what had happened that day. And I left feeling better simply because I felt like they had reduced my lack of sleep and worked their magic wands. So she was saying they did makeup and contouring because she had been so stressed that she couldn't even sleep. And as a result of what they did, she felt better about herself. And now you have Megyn Kelly come in and say that because she had contouring done in the photo, that all of it is plastic surgery, she's ruined herself. Oh, and by the way, she's also ruining young girls. Can you imagine if you're just living your life and all of a sudden you see that drop? And the way that you find out about it probably isn't seeing it directly because it's Megyn Kelly, who the hell cares what she's doing, but the fact that you're suddenly flooded with people making comments attacking you. What do you think, Francesca?
I mean, you just wonder, like, they have nothing to talk about. They have nothing to talk about, so they're gonna pick on this woman who is not, again, they love talking about Taylor Swift. She's not a massive, mega famous star, so clearly she's being piled on and it is affecting her. It's not just like, oh, run of the mill, just everyday misogyny from the right. It's just such a random story that they're picking up on, and they're making wild assumptions about her. It's true. And yeah, when you show a photo of her from 10 years ago versus now after she gets her whole face done up, she's gonna look wildly different. But then I guess I'm like, I think there is a fine line, and especially in terms of platform, in terms of how we talk about the way that people do like get surgery or don't get surgery, or how they look or how they don't look, and whose place is it to talk about that, right?
Yeah.
And I think that is really sensitive. I think there is a kernel of truth around the idea that we've normalized plastic surgery. But I literally don't know this woman, Erin Moriarty. I don't know her history, and I don't know, and even if I did, am I in any place to judge this person, let alone use my massive platform because the Habituation
Yeah.
Room, massive platform to do something like that.
Bigger than Megyn Kelly.
That's where I'm at on this.
Yeah, look, I like The Boys. I think The Boys is great. I think that she's great in it too. And the thing is, as you said, you don't know her. You don't know what she's going through. I, like many people in the most recent season, noticed that she was much thinner than she had been. And it would be easy to assume that it's X, Y, or Z that's causing it. Maybe she's sick. Maybe she hasn't been sleeping because she lost a relative. Who the hell knows? As I talked about in a production meeting, a lot of people criticized Selena Gomez for her changing appearance. She had an illness. And because not every celebrity is going to want to or has any obligation to constantly update the world on every difficult life situation, every health problem that they have. It just, people who care, they care so much that they do an 11-minute segment about it, but don't care enough to actually look up when the photo came from. You're like, this is what you get from it. And Megyn Kelly, she wants to attack Erin Moriarty. That's what she wants to do. She cloaks it in, I care about young girls. And the thing is, I do care about whether, the image that people put out is affecting young people, particularly young girls. We have very good reason to believe that it does. But are you gonna be consistent about that, Megyn Kelly? Did you get done up before that show? You don't think Michael Knowles is wearing some makeup on that show? Why? Why are you making yourself look different? Is that not sending a false signal to people? And by the way,
be real about what have you done to your face? Come on now, they full disclosure here, talk about it, right? Like people in glass houses here, and it's just so ridiculous. Keep going.
Exactly.
Sorry.
Be consistent. You were at Fox News. You think anybody, not just the women, by the way, you don't think the men are getting work done at Fox News? What about right-wing celebrities? Again, if you're gonna do this, then do it. Don't just pick on one actress that you apparently know. I was just gonna swear. I'm gonna say F all about, but about people on your side as well. Let's have an actual conversation. And if you care enough, reach out to her, ask her. But you didn't care. You just wanted the clickbait. That's what you wanted. And in the meantime, you made her apparently already difficult life more difficult. And now, like so many others, she has been driven off of social media. So congratulations on the amazing journalism you've done, Megyn Kelly.